everyone, and welcome to the first official episode of Dreamer's Crest, which is the new second campaign that I've been running in the Toon Kind server, and it is specifically going to be a play off of RPGs, off of town builders, off of farm sims, that type of deal. There's going to be a town building element, there's going to be a dungeoneering element, and just like Silver Screen, there's going to be a fair amount of player characters in here. So last time I only had 4. This time we now have 6 player characters, and we're starting out pretty easy in this episode, where this is going to be the everybody meets up, everybody talks to each other, and if we have time, we may or may not go and explore the dungeon a little bit. This, of course, is all subject to change, because we here in the dungeon master seat room thing all agree that when it comes to D&D, it's about, making your players happy and having a good time. So, welcome. Hope you enjoy Dreamer's Crest. If this is your first time listening to one of my games, how did you get here? I need to get my fly swatter and hit myself in the forehead with it. And I'm Owl. I am the DM. I am also one of the people on the Toon Kind D&D server who hangs out and occasionally is like, hey, what's up? I live here. And we're going to start this like we do every one of my games, which is we go from top to bottom in the audio, like in the name list, we're gonna go from top to bottom. You're gonna introduce yourself, your character, your character's class, and also what your favorite farm sim is. If you do not have a favorite farm sim, then I will take your favorite type of produce.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank fucking God. Hi, I'm Uni. I'm at the top of the list, and my internet is being extremely uncooperative on today, a very important day for having good internet, and so I'm exasperated. But for this precise moment, it seems to be functioning. You might remember me from the Silver Screen. Last time I played a bunny. Now I'm playing a tiefling. What's their name? Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy? So would they. They would also like to know their name. Yeah, they are just the kid, the child, the kiddo, whatever you want to call them. They're something. And yeah,
Something.
Oh God, that's me. Hello, I'm Louis Toonkind. Don't worry about it. For once, I'm not playing Tobias. I'm playing a real kind named Graham. Don't worry about them too. It'll be okay. They're just a merchant. They have no idea what they're doing here.
Hey, what's Graham's last name?
Will the two like to know?
Because I'm really hoping it's Lynn.
They, in fact, do not have a last name that you know of.
Alright, that's fair.
You don't even know if Graham is their real name.
But what you're saying is we don't know that Lynn isn't their last name.
Yes. Exactly. We don't know. We just know they're called Graham. And that's all you'll ever know.
unless.
You have to unlock friendship level 4 for that shit.
If you ever get there.
Well, I can't tell if you mean that, Grem is gonna die or that we're gonna die, but I'll take your word either way.
It's fine.
Anyway, you forgot class and your favorite farm sim.
No, I in fact did say what Graham's class is, because I am playing a homebrew class, so they are literally a merchant.
Thank you for clarifying. Again, what is your favorite farm sim?
I have only ever played Stardew Valley,
Acceptable.
so I will go with that.
Oh, and I didn't mention that Kiddo is Warlock, and I've never ever played any farm sim ever.
And, yeah, and I said if you haven't played a farm sim, I'll take your favorite type of produce.
My favorite type of produce?
Yeah, like fucking shit you get on a farm, like they grow it and then you eat it.
Fruits, vegetable, that kind of shit.
Avocado.
Alright, there we go, thank you.
Avocado, good.
Alright, hi, I'm Candlestick. I am here. I am semi-awake, because we tried to cram time zones for me, Lewis, and everyone else.
Yeah.
But I am excited to be here. I will be playing Shooting Star, my lovely little Starbarian. And I don't know if I've played a farming, if it's technically a farming sim, but if I had to pick, it would be Spiritfarer.
Acceptable. Yeah. Because, like, it just matters that you are investing time in something to make it grow.
You grow food in that.
Yeah.
So does that count? Yeah, I guess so.
You got it. Alright, who's next?
Hello. My name is Fable, and today I am playing a new boy. I am playing March the Monk. He is a good boy, and favorite farm sim. Minecraft doesn't count, does it? You can.
No,
farm
it
in
does. You
but
can
it's not.
farm in Minecraft, so it is a
Okay.
farm sim.
Cool. Minecraft.
Minecraft!
Minecraft is good.
It's the closest to a farm sim I've ever gotten. So I will also say what my favorite produce is. I like cabbages.
My cabbages!
My cabbages!
That has to happen in this campaign at least once.
It would make
Please.
sense.
Wouldn't
Please.
you like to know, Weather Boy?
I feel like that's never mind.
Oh, I think that is my cue. Hey, what's up? It's me, Arvs of Obsessions, also known as Avi, and I am playing in this campaign, and I will be playing my character, my new gal. Her name is Petra Paduri. She is here. She's a dwarf mostly, and she is a cleric. And gosh, my favorite farming simulator definitely has to be a tie between Slime Rancher and Stardew Valley. They're both very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Hell yeah.
Also, favorite produce? Spinach.
Spinach.
Spinach taste.
Bench.
Spinach.
Hi, I'm Bam. Trying to introduce myself after all those introductions. Kind of feels like trying to walk after getting hit by a truck. I'll be playing Noor, who's a sorcerer, and my favorite farm sim would be a tie between Rune Factory 3, Rune Factory 4, Harvest Moon, what was it called? Sunshine Islands? I play a lot of farming sims. I play a lot. And my favorite produce would probably be, I do not know the English word for them, paplewa.
Can you describe it?
It's a kind of like fruit that we make into like really cold ice drinks for the summer in Indonesia.
Oh, alright.
Well, I can't really describe it because I genuinely have never seen it like in the unjuiced form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's one of those things
Fair.
where I have no idea what the word you just said is, otherwise I would Google it myself.
Well, I know how it's spelled, so I'll just like.
I think I got it. I just typed what I heard.
It's a cantaloupe apparently, or
It
rock
is
melon,
cantaloupe.
swift melon.
Ooh, cantaloupes are good.
Oh, cantaloupe is yummy.
Tasty.
Yum.
God, I am at war with my cat right now. Get off my desk.
Cat. I'm putting it in the pinned gallery for anyone who's curious. Anyway, it's loading. Don't worry about it.
Hippie.
In.
Hippie.
He wants to participate. We have a 7th player vote.
No. Okay.
Is it is it a real
Why
D&D
not?
game if you don't have someone's cat interrupting?
Yeah, I'm just
Ah.
like, my cat is like asleep somewhere, which is the only reason I am getting through this unmolested, but I think those are pumpkins.
No,
No, those
they
are
not
melons.
up.
They look like
Oh, wait,
pumpkins!
I know why she's
They
bugging
look
me. She
like
wants
pumpkins,
food.
but
God.
they are in fact melons.
That looks like a fucking pumpkin! I guess it is a melon because actually, technically, melons are variants of
Same family.
cucumbers.
Same family. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm
But
really
yeah,
sorry.
that's
I'm gonna
what-
speedrun feed the cat real quick.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Yum.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's what Viola looks like, and that's what the drink looks like. It's extremely cold. Like, there's something about this specific fruit that it gets really, really cold. So, like, it's such a godsend during the summer days.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Folks,
Alright.
we have
Sounds
already
tasty.
gotten off topic.
Yeah, I'm just like, alright! Everybody sit the fuck down!
Fable is still with their cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have time.
I know, which is why I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, alright. Fable is currently indisposed, but we're still gonna roll this game along because we've got 6 players. So while Fable isn't here, we're just gonna start out with all right. Who wants to go first? Who wants to introduce their character first?
I'm back.
Everyone runs away.
I'm looking away.
Because I'm gonna start painting a word picture for you. It is a lovely day wherever the hell you are, and you've just come across what looks to be a flyer being handed to you by a somewhat panicked-looking like person who is kind of indiscriminate. Like, you can't tell. It's obviously someone who's just been paid to hand out like flyers and stuff. And they're just like, hey, you look like an adventurer. Here, take this. If you're interested, please go to Dreamer's Crest. Thank you, bye. And then they run off and continue delivering various flyers to anyone who looks like they've ever held a sword before. Or anything variously like that. Basically, if you have, like, a little bit of muscle on you, they'd be like, oh, you look big and strong. Here, have this.
Oh my
Graham only looks big and strong because of their coats.
Yeah,
Nora's,
Um,
Nora's a fucking twink.
yeah,
well,
but these
it's like,
confident.
actually, I think with Nora, it's like, you look sexy in magic, you must be a bard, here you go.
That's how it works. Welcome to Toonkind D&D.
Oh my
Assigned bard by a random quest giver.
I mean, I imagine Nor is like playing his actual badass lyre, which is like an instrument in his inventory. So like, it's a reasonable assumption to make.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know where you guys are right now, because I was going to let you guys take care of that and decide. But I am going to tell you that the way that, if you don't have a specific idea about how your character is getting to Dreamer's Crest, or how they hear about this, or just, if they, like, basically, you can have them wander around and then just be like, I haven't eaten in 3 days, what is this place? You can do that, but, like, if you don't have a specific idea, some random panicked NPC came up to you, handed you a note that had, a map on it, and it's like, reward, free citizenship on it, and also, a free house. And there's like a little like asterisk under it that says to be built at a further date or something like that.
Nor, I'm gonna say that Nor gets this flyer and reads through it and completely misses the asterisks and it's just like, oh, a free house and free like citizenships. Nice, I don't have to forge papers anymore.
God.
So,
Gosh.
so like, Nora, you're just kind of sitting there, and you're like, you're playing your lyre, and you're like, oh, I'm pretty, and I can sing, and I'm beautiful, and people are giving you a little bit of money because you're busking, and then someone runs up and is just like, oh, you've got to be a bard. You've got like a lyre, and you're pretty, and you look vaguely like magic. So like, here you go. You must be a bard, and bards are all adventurers. And here you go. And if you're interested, follow the thing. I gotta go bye, and then they run off.
Yeah, that's basically what happened, yeah. And Nor just like it's just like, all right, everyone, show's over. He just collects all the gold and he like winks at a few people and kisses a few hands before sashaying away.
Terrible.
I hate that you use the
My
word
ROA sass cannot comprehend this.
God. It's been a few minutes into this game, and half of my party wants to murk Nor on sight.
Okay, who wants to go next?
I don't know. I think March would have just been found wandering a town maybe not too far from Dreamer's Crest. He's just been wandering, as you know, some monks do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that you've been wandering, and you've also got like a worn, torn out page of a book in your hand, and you've been looking at it, and just basically occasionally you'll show it to people, and they'll shake their heads or shrug, and finally you come up to this panicked looking person with a whole sleeve of flyers clutched to their chest, and they look at you. You're not super tall, but God, they like look across you because you are a unit. You are wide, you are thick, you look like you could stop like a cannonball in its tracks.
Big chungus.
Yeah, March is a big dude who is entirely made out of ink.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this
I mean, that's
person
weird.
just like looks at you, completely ignores the paper in your hand, and says, "Oh, Chungus.
I don't know what that is.
Oog.
Chungus! Are you an
Okay.
adventurer?"
Introduce yourself.
I wander.
Wanderer's just another word for adventure. Here you go. And they shove the flyer at your chest.
Oh. Okay.
If you're interested, just head to the town on there. It's Dreamer's Crest. I only get paid to hand out the flyers, and I've got like 50 more to do. So like, have a good day, and you are so big.
Oh.
You are
Thank
so
you.
round. Can I hug you?
Aw.
Okay.
And this very stressed out person just kind of, you hear a goosh sound as they squish into a hug.
March kind of just slowly rests his hands on their shoulder, and when they pull away, their shoulders and their arms are just covered in ink.
Yep, and the person says, "Thank you so much, I needed that," and then they run off.
You're welcome. And March is just kind of watch after them a moment before looking back at the paper that's still stuck on his chest, and then kind of just peel that off. Look at it.
Yeah, it's alright, because, like, the paper is, like, enchanted so that, like, it won't get, like, super gross if you drop it in mud or something, because you're adventurers. Like, the thing that's gonna happen with adventurers is you're gonna drop shit, you're gonna get blood on it. Basically, all you have to do is, like, shake and it'll come off in droplets.
That's actually really nice, because since he's ink, a lot of times when he touches something, ink gets on it. And paper with ink, you know how it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I specifically planned ahead for that because I'm just like, oh, poor boy. And I'm like, also, why would you give just like a wimpy piece of paper to someone who like regularly gets blood, fluids, mud, gunk on them? Like, you're just gonna end up, like, they will not be able to, like, look at that later.
I feel like this has to be a common enchantment on wizard books.
Yes, it is.
100%.
Specifically
Yeah.
for, like, artificers and stuff, too. But usually for artificers, it's, like, a fire resistance thing.
It's probably
Enchantment of my book cannot be picked up anymore.
probably the only reason the paper that he already had with him isn't also just completely absorbed with black ink.
Exactly, because, like, the paper you have, you ripped it out from a book at the monastery, and the monastery that you live at is basically completely enchanted to be ink-proof for some reason.
He's not gonna complain at this point.
Yeah. You know that when you go outside and you're on grass or whatever, the grass turns black because you get ink on it, but, like, when you're inside, you don't stain the floor with footprints, and, like, you don't stain the doorknobs, usually your ink just kind of beads up and then runs into a grate at the bottom of the floor or whatever.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So now you have this note, and it says, help needed, rescue mission, reward, free citizenship, also free house, asterisk, to be constructed at a later date.
Huh. That's nice. And he's gonna do. I think he's gonna more focused on the place.
Yeah,
than the
and
rewards.
it says location Dreamer's Crest. On the back of the paper, there's a map,
Oh,
and you see it's just a couple towns over. It's next to the big mountain that's in the distance that you can see if you face the right direction.
I guess March is gonna start walking.
There you go. Bum,
go.
ba-da-da-da, bum, ba-da-da-da, bum. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll say a flyer is not going to be useful for the kiddo for reasons.
He can't
But,
read.
yeah, the child is illiterate.
Jared Knighton.
But
Handshake.
they have maybe been trailing after Big Inky Chungus for a while and are trailing after Big Inky Chungus.
Can I roll perception to see if March realizes he's being followed?
Sure,
Yes.
let's do a contest of perception versus stealth.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Go for it. I want to see how this ends up.
Oh god.
With March,
Yeah,
with
First
your-
rolls of the campaign.
First rolls of the campaign.
Let's see if Dice Parser hates Uni.
it's a 13.
Let's see.
Dice
Nice.
Parser hates Uni!
Nobody's
Fable
surprised.
March definitely notices that there is a child following him. Quote, like the yeah, it's not subtle. Like this is a child. You hear stomach grumbling. You notice when the child occasionally will try to take things from your bag because they're hungry.
There are a lot of times where you'll look after it and it'll duck behind something, but its tail is still like poking out and waving around.
Yep.
Aww.
So it's just like this is a child. Child is hungry. Child is not very good at hiding. Child has only been out here for like 2 days.
I think it's probably not until March reaches the edge of town that he will actually turn and address the child. He's like been letting the child just walk around him up until that point, but not until like he's leaving town and he realizes that, oh, this child's following me out of town. Yeah, he's gonna turn and actually face the child.
Child will try to hide behind something.
He'll tilt his head a little bit, and I think he'll go, oh, and he'll reach for it, and he'll reach for a bag, which he's actually had that stick with the bag tied over it. He's been carrying that. He's gonna take it off his shoulder and untie it and take out what rations he has left. Actually, he'll take part of his rations and just like slap it into his shoulder where it just kind of sinks in, and then he'll just leave the rest out. He just goes, "This is all I have left, so you do not have to follow me anymore. Goodbye."
March, our beloved.
Now he's gonna, and then he's gonna turn and continue walking.
Mm. Everyone cries. Goodbye.
Child peeks out and after a second goes and grabs up the rations and scarfs them down. And then keeps following.
Oh, oh no!
Oh no! Now you fed it. It's never gonna leave.
Finally, illegal guardian.
Oh no!
You've heard about farm family, everyone. Now
Not again.
now consider forced family.
Not again!
You fed them. You fed them, Fable.
I don't think March will know what to do. I think he's just gonna keep walking.
Watch, maybe if I keep walking, they'll like stop following me.
Maybe they'll stop following me after a while, but he's just gonna keep walking to Dreamer's Crest, and I don't know.
He's
He doesn't-
making his way downtown, walking fast.
Sorry,
and that's
dude.
the
Child
walking
has
faster.
literally nowhere else to go.
March doesn't know that. He doesn't know what to do. He's just gonna keep walking. He doesn't know what to do, so he's just continuing to walk.
Yep.
Yes,
So I guess-
keep
That
walking.
child is like they got a little bit startled by being caught out. but they're very, very sure this time that they're being extra sneaky, and he definitely has no idea that they're climbing up this tree and peering down at them.
I'm gonna say that it takes you about a day to get to Dreamer's Crest, and if you look in maps, you'll see that there is a map. And the place that you're entering is down near the left. It's that area right there. You see the little green channel?
Yeah.
It's right next to what looks like a small lake/pond, and it empties out into the ocean. So the one that's furthest in is freshwater. The one that's the middlest in is an estuary, and then the rest of it is saltwater.
I have no idea what all of this meant.
Neither did I.
It's
Water.
the 5th grade map of all the different types of landmass and water formations.
Anyway, March, you still have your stick from your your package thing, so I'm gonna say that you can stop and fish if you want to get some food, and while you're doing that, and Child is just kind of watching you, we're gonna introduce another character because we have 6 of them.
6 of them.
Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
So Graham is a traveling merchant, so it's fair to say that either they came into town trying to either buy stuff or sell their goods, or they were somewhere else and got the flyer.
All right. So I'm gonna say that you've been wandering around, just trying to get people to buy your shit. You recently went to one town, but nobody was really buying, and then you went to the next town, and everybody was buying, but they specifically didn't want what you were selling. In the town after that, they just had a really strong anti zombie type rule, where they're like, oh god, you're an undead creature, we're gonna burn you, so you had to hightail it out of there real fast, and then you came
Graham
across...
has no idea what they're talking about.
And then, then at Dreamer's...
Graham is just like, bro, just because I'm great doesn't mean I'm undead anyways.
Them gesturing at them. You have to be undead. Look at you. You look dead on your feet.
You have a hole! Everyone has holes.
Wow, that tall child looks terrible.
Also, it's fair that nobody wants to buy Graham's shit, considering what's their specialty.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that you finally you wander into Dreamer's Crest, and you're like, oh, what a nice little town. I bet everyone's just asleep or something, because you get in at the early morning. You wait around for a couple of hours. There's no one there. It's so dead, my dude. A tumbleweed would pass by if there was enough of a population for there to be a tumbleweed.
Oh my gosh. Yikes.
God, even the tumbleweeds moved out of town.
Yep.
The tumbleweeds got locked at the Mystery Mountain.
No, that's what Graham sees. As Graham is standing there, he sees a toon tumbleweed hop past with
a little baggage.
Yeah, a toon tumbleweed. It wanders past. It's got a little piece of luggage, and it's like, place is just too darn empty. I'm leaving.
Oh god.
Can't raise my kids here. Nope. And then a little line of tiny tumbleweeds follows.
God.
Anyway, what about Petra and Star?
I've been trying to figure out, because I don't think Star would get a flyer, is the thing.
That's fair.
Because, as much as he is a Starbarian, he does not look like a Starbarian.
Okay, but consider, like, he can ask for the flyer. Like, it doesn't have to be shoved in his face.
I also really like the idea that just like how Nor got assigned Bard at birth, someone goes over to him and it's just like, oh, are you a wizard?
Oh my god.
I mean, he is dressed like a magician, so probably.
It's like, are you a wizard, sir? Because we need adventures. So, I've been told to hand out all these flyers, and we need adventurers. So if you're a wizard, that'd be a lot helpful.
I feel like, because Star doesn't speak, he signs using, silent image, so I imagine he begins to try and, like, create an image to say, like, not a wizard, but the person has already, like, given him a flyer and walked off by that point.
Yeah, the person gives him a flyer, sees him just starting to do, like, magic with his hands, and it's just like, yes, you are a wizard, thank God! And they give him the flyer and they walk off.
This person is not paid enough to actually talk to the public.
No.
Yeah.
They're paid to get as many people as possible. Like, 1,000,000 monkeys on 1,000,000 typewriters will eventually form a party capable of writing Shakespeare.
I mean, are we capable of writing Shakespeare, people?
No.
Well, they're only
Oh,
only one way to
boy.
find out.
I mean, I've written Shakespeare before, but I don't want to do that again.
Great job, everyone.
Assigned Bard at birth.
A bab.
Yeah.
AWAB. Assigned wizard.
Anyway, but no, Star does go about, they normally go from place to place seeing if they can, seeing if they can, help out people. So as soon as, they see the, help wanted is, he's just like, yep, I'm going. Didn't read any more than that.
God, what kills me is someone just tell me that doesn't look like a wizard, though.
It would be funny if they're talking to Petra. Petra's just standing nearby and is also being passed a flyer.
It's like, oh, let me guess, paladin. You gotta be a paladin, or maybe a fighter. I don't care. Here, have a piece of paper.
Is this just gonna be a running joke? Is this unnamed NPC just so bad at, like, assigning classes to people?
This is all based on classes that people thought, like, when we were initially doing this before everyone revealed their classes, this was what people were guessing.
Oh, by the way,
what?
Obi, this is why I laughed so hard for that image that you drew of Petra and Star.
Yeah, I did the assigned wizard. I feel like Petra, standing here confused, is handed a flyer and then now is even more confused.
Petra, you look down at the flyer, and, you can read. You're literate. It's just one of those things where, like, it's not exactly the type of language you're familiar with, so it takes you a second to sort of parse this out. Can you roll me, an intelligence check of 10?
Oh boy.
Oh, goodness.
You are already seeking out to bully.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Nobody's
so says the
surprised.
person who yesterday when we sparred asked me to roll objective 5.
Oh, no.
You look at it, and you're just like, house? House?
Okay.
How use?
I feel like she's like trying to read the comment and she's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn it over and then sees the map and is just like, okay. That I understand.
She has no idea what she's getting into.
Yeah, so basically you recognize the words help and reward and house. That's it.
Similar to Star, she sees help and she's just like, okay, there's a map here. They need help. All right, cool. And then she's just awkwardly trying to follow the map.
I can't believe you're fucking Petra, 19, and you never fucking learn how to read.
Kill them.
Well, closer to 40-something, but it's fine.
It's alright. Alright, I think we've gone through almost everyone. I have not been keeping track. Who wants to go next?
Oh, we have gone through
I think
everyone.
it
That is
was everybody, yeah.
Is it?
We got everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
don't worry,
everybody.
I'm keeping track.
Okay, so we went through Yui.
Yui?
We went through Uni, Lewis, Vamp. We went through everyone. Okay, I'm just dumb.
No!
Brain not function today. Anyway, you guys have all received your ways of how you're getting to the town, and we're gonna cut back to March. March, you feel a bite on your line.
I guess he's gonna pull.
Yeah, you pull, and what comes up is a very large fish, and also Petra. Like,
March.
Petra has her teeth deep in the side of this fish.
What?
March is gonna look at look at the dwarf that's currently attached to the fish he was catching, and then he's gonna turn his head and look to wherever the child is currently trying to quote unquote hide, and he's kind of thinking for a second before he turns back to Petra and goes, "No, you're too big." And he's gonna put the fish back in the water.
What?
Petra, you have been released.
You're free.
I don't know what's happening. I zoned out for all of 2 seconds, and now I'm...
Basically, I wanted to make a joke, and I'm like, okay, who in this group would in fact try to catch a fish with their bare hands? And my immediate thought was Petra.
You know what? You're not wrong, but also it's some teeth, so I'm just sitting here like,
No, I'll recap. You zoned out. What happened was Petra tried catching a fish with her bare hands. That same fish was on the fishing line that March is pulling in, and he just pulled Petra and looked at Petra and was like, "No, that fish is too big for the child," and then like released her into
Yeah.
the water.
She can have it.
I feel like
He'll recast
the
his
water
line.
still holding the fish.
I will be honest, I don't like the implications that March so Petra's food.
No, the dwarf is too big for us to eat comfortably.
Okay. Now there's no time to unpack all that.
March is just gonna recast his line and hope to get for a more reasonably sized fish for a child to eat.
I kind of like think that like Nor's just like walking across the bank of the river on the other side, and then the hook just lands on the back of his shirt.
Yeah, March, I'm gonna need you to roll, can you please roll dexterity?
Yeah, just straight dex.
Yeah, just straight dex. I'm gonna say it's 15 to not accidentally catch Nor.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, you actually, you miss him a little bit, but, Nor, you like happen to be like ducking as he throws the line, but then, sort of like fly fishing, he kind of like drags the hook in a little bit, and you see something shiny in the water. Please roll wisdom.
Wisdom?
God.
Save? Is it a wisdom save or just like straight wisdom?
This is a wisdom save.
Okay, it was the same modifier anyway.
Yeah, I'm just like, alright, that's fairly good. You see it, and, initially your brain goes, shiny good. Want the shiny, but then, like, your logical brain kicks in, and you're just like, wait, what kind of shiny? And, you look a little closer at it as it's zipping away, and, it's a little fish hook, and you're glad that you didn't just grab onto it, because that would have hurt. and then you follow it as it trawls through the water. You look across the banks, and you see a very large monk, a very wet dwarf, a very visible hiding child.
He blows a kiss to the dwarf and the like inky monk, and then like goes on his way.
Oh my gosh.
Are we just gonna make it canonical that March is terrible at fishing now?
Does he? Well, question. Did he catch a fish this time?
I'd say flat roll. If you get a 10, you've caught a fish. If you get a 15, you catch a fish that's just the right size.
Flat roll. Is D20 again?
Yep.
D20. Okay. That's a 2.
You do not catch any. You don't catch another fish. The reason you caught the first fish was because Petra had already caught it.
I think March is gonna not at his lack of fish. It's more than he's willing to wait. So I think he's actually gonna turn to Petra and then point at the fish that I assume is she's still holding on to, and just be like, "Would you like to share that?"
Petra is just kind of in the water and just like stands up. It's just like wringing out parts of her clothes while also holding this fish. Sure, I suppose. Hi.
It's not for me. And he's gonna turn and look back towards the kid. I don't think they've eaten in a day.
I'm gonna say, Uni, can you roll me a con save?
Oh,
Okay. Let's
That's
see.
when the child dies.
You said it was a day's walk, and if the child hasn't eaten since March left his rations.
Alright,
Oh, no.
everyone, both Petra and Nor, who is like fucking 30 feet away, and March, everyone hears the loud grumble of a very hungry cartoon stomach.
Aw.
And then, I'm sorry, but, the child falls out of the tree and onto March.
Splat.
Oh. Hello.
Hi. That's a child. Okay.
Yeah. Child, you are too hungry to really make any good escapes. If you're gonna try and, like, run away, I'm gonna give you disadvantage on that because you're hungry. You haven't eaten for, like, 2 days, man.
Yeah, they're gonna do a squirm to, a little panic squirm to try and get away, but they're so hungry.
I want to say
Yeah.
March is just holding his art. He kind of just caught them like on reflex, but he's not actually like holding on. He's just holding them. So if they don't get out of his grip, I'm gonna laugh.
Disadvantage, I guess, strength roll to see how much the dice are setting the precedent.
Oh my
That's a bad
That's
sign.
not awful, but you are.
That's an
no.
even worse sign.
Yeah,
That's a six.
you're extremely weak from hunger, and like your eyelashes are kind of fluttering a little bit, and eventually you're just like, you know what? I'm a little dizzy, and this is actually kind of comfortable, and you just stop wriggling.
You just kind of sag.
Yeah.
I'm also just picturing they're now covered in ink.
Yep.
Yeah. March just
Okay,
tilts his head at the child.
All right. And Petra is immediately reaching into her hammer. Oh my gosh, Petra!
Hello.
Fumble. First
Immediately.
fumble. First fumble.
All right. I'm gonna say, Grem.
I'm gonna roll a d20
Yes,
for
that's me.
Grem, you hear the kerfuffle, and you're just like, people I can sell things to, and you basically rush towards where the sound is, and it takes you about
That excited, but they're curious about this.
yeah, it takes you about 15
Oh my
minutes to get
gosh.
over there, and by that time, Petra has managed to get whatever the fuck they need out of their hammer space.
No, you're going to laugh at what I fumbled.
Okay, what did you fumble?
No.
An entire smoked ham.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Petra, you reach into your hammer space, hoping to get like a knife or something so you can scale this fish, and you pull out an entire smoked ham.
Oh my god.
March blinks and I guess surprised, you can't tell. He just goes, that would work.
Yeah, that will definitely work. And she just awkwardly hands portion of food to child.
Just give the child the entire ham.
You know what? Sure, the entire ham.
Yeah,
You
March
guys
just
know,
did.
you guys
Twitches
know
and
that one
they-
video?
their
You guys
eyes
know that
shoot
one
open,
video with the
they
two
just-
parent birds and the
Wait,
dad
wait, wait.
Oh my god.
Two of you talked at once. Two of you talked at
Yeah,
the same
one
time.
at a time.
Oh, sorry, Uni first.
Yeah, as the ham comes out, the kid's nose twitches and their eyes open wide, and like as the ham is being passed over, they just like sink their teeth into it. This is theirs
See the
now.
eyes.
There it is now.
After you get a couple of bites of ham into your body, strength comes rushing back, and you don't feel as dizzy, so you kind of like skitter out of March's hands. And then you continue tearing this thing apart like a kitten with a steak.
Yes, precisely.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, March is gonna turn to Petra and just thank you.
Oh, no problem.
Did that cost?
Graham watching this shit like, what the fuck?
I
Yeah,
only
Graham,
have-
you're in the bushes looking at this child trying to devour an entire ham as the adults talk
Damn.
quietly.
They have no idea what to come in this situation.
Yeah,
This is
March is
like
gonna.
that-
Should I leave them alone?
March is gonna reach into his pocket because you know the ham isn't the fish that Petra agreed to share. So he's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out the measly 5 pieces of gold that he has and just goes, "I only have 5 gold for the ham."
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that. And like Petra's like shaking her hands and like, she's still holding this fish. I think she's just like kind of slinging it over her shoulder as she looks at this little group that's gathering.
Can everybody roll perception?
Yep.
Do I have to roll perception too?
No, Graham, you don't have to roll perception. This is to see if the little party can tell that they're being watched. By
Oh,
Graham.
yeah.
Do I have to roll perception?
Oh god.
I'm gonna say that, Nor, you got distracted because you just heard the child start to, like, garbage disposal an entire ham.
Or
Nor?
God damn it, which
March.
one of you am I talking to?
I think you're talking to March because he rolled the 7.
Yeah, okay, specifically, child, you look up in the middle of one of your big chomps, and, your eyes immediately zoom in on adult, not friendly adult, did not give food, strange adult, not used to this adult scary, will take ham.
the child's like we've been comparing this child to a cat. It's very much in like feral cat mode of just like it tenses up. You can hear a vague growling noise in the back of its throat.
Oh god.
And like their tail goes like very tense and like coiled and just like ham continues taking big bites out of ham as they growl.
And Fable, for your role, I'm gonna say that you get distracted by this growling, and you are strangely attached to this little feral creature thing, and you're just worried. You're like, oh, why are you upset? That type of deal. So you aren't paying attention to what's behind you or what the child is looking at. You're just like, oh, why are you angry now?
Yeah, his focus he's just watching the child. He's not doing anything. He is just watching the child from where he stands.
Yeah. And then, Petra, I'm gonna say that, with a role like that, you heard Grem earlier, and you've known he's been there the entire time.
Oh. Grandma will use they them, by the way.
So
Grandma
Petra's
decided
just
that
like,
gender is below them.
sorry, I forgot, they, them. But, Petra,
worry.
you basically, you turn your head, and you're just like, oh, there's that person. There they are. Hey, you.
Yeah, basically.
Do you want some of this fish?
Graham just waving back, completely confused. They have no idea what's going on.
I think that's a common thread at this point.
Yeah. Petra, this fish it's not heavy because everything weighs like 2 grapes to you, but it is like wet and vaguely uncomfortable to carry. So like it's one of those things where you wish you could cook this because it looks like the child is finishing up that ham pretty fast and you're kind of hungry too, hence the reason why you went fishing. So like, God, you wish you had like a way to make a fire, but like everything got soaked when you jumped into the water and you didn't think about it afterwards.
I will say about right as like that thought crosses Petra's head, like you hear from the other side of the river, like, and you see like the guy who like blew you a kiss earlier light the cigarette with his fingers.
Petra, can you roll wisdom to see if you have any idea what that means? Because like he's very subtly hinting to you that he could light you a fire and help you, but like you gotta roll wisdom.
He's not hinting at all. He's not hinting at all. He's literally just like lighting his cigarette.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna say that roll wisdom, and like this is to see if you make the connection between he has fire hands, I have fish hands. We can have food hands.
Can I do survival? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Wonderful.
Survival. Fire is important.
Things.
That's a 13.
That'll pass. That'll pass. So you're just like,
Nice.
I smell smoke, and then you look over and you see him lighting like his cigarette with his fingertip, and you're just like, fire hands. Fire can make fish edible. Oh! And what do you do with this knowledge?
I think like she's like looking around at the others like, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty hungry. I guess we could make some food real quick before continuing on. Where are you all headed, by the way? As she's saying, as she's starting to like walk towards wherever Nora is.
Is she just gonna wade across the river?
Yes.
Just imagine,
She's
I'm
gonna
just
wade
imagining
across the
Pet-
river, go get
I'm
Nor,
just
and
imagining
drag him
like-
back.
I'm just imagining Petra walking into the river and disappearing in it.
God, the thing that kills me is I'm just picturing, you know how Mulan used Mushu to start a fire?
Oh no.
That, but with Nor
Bring the
and
fire
Petra.
out of him.
God, I will say, like, Nor, like, sees Petra emerging from the water and just puts a hand on his chest and goes, see, who is this beauty that walks before me?
Oh my god.
And like Petra like looks behind herself and then back at Nor.
Nor just sighs and, like, soft curl, huh? Hey, what you doing on this side of the river?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm all giggly.
You need his fire hands.
Just, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah, basically.
And he's just like, sure, I don't really fancy getting into the water, though, so you'll have to carry me.
Oh my fucking
Not a
god.
problem. And Petra is gonna pick him up.
Oh my god. Like, you can
Alright.
actually see that Nor
Yeah.
wasn't expecting her to actually do it, so he's just
Yeah,
like,
please,
oh.
like, it's basically one of those things where it's like, you keep a grip on the fish pretty good, and, you keep a grip on the Nor pretty good, and, you've got one hand and one in the other.
Exactly.
You acquired the sorcerer.
Just fucking bridal carry Nor over the water while he's just like, oh, okay.
While this is happening, March is just sitting down, like within, I guess, whatever is acceptable distance to the child, and is gonna ask the child if the ham is good.
They just thump their tail at him.
I am guessing Grandma's probably joined them.
Can I roll insight to see what the tail thump means?
Yes. But
for
it
it.
would have to be like, Uni, what is your passive, like, oh man, what is your passive, like, charisma. It's like it's a charisma type thing in that like it's like how good are you at hiding how you're feeling?
Child has +3 to charisma.
All right, so it would be a flat charisma check. So like, I'm gonna say a 21 would do it. So Uni, what did child mean with thump of tail?
Child is enjoying ham. Is a little bit anxious because there's suddenly a lot of strangers, and all of them are seeing them. And so they are allowing March to sit nearby, but also not letting him sit too close.
I think March, noticing that, is gonna, because I imagine they're by trees and bushes, he's gonna reach over to a bush and kind of just like lift it up for them to like go under, and then he'll just lower the bush back down so they can hide. Because that seems to be what they've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, they have been slinking around in the foliage, and yeah, you have picked up that like child is definitely feeling better now that they have meat inside them, but also they're feeling very overwhelmed by suddenly people.
Yeah, so he's just gonna lift a bush up for them and just look at them and wait for them to go under or sneak.
They give a little gurgle and then slink into the leaves.
Yep, and
disappeared.
March lowers the bush back down before turning back to whatever Petra, to whatever the dwarf lady and the tall man are doing.
Yeah, and the child's tail is still poking out from the leaves.
Yeah. The only thing that remains that gives a hint as to the child was there is A, the tail, and B, the clean ham bone.
Mm-hmm.
The ham bone is just on the ground.
Norris is being bridal carried across the river, and he's just like, oh, okay, all right. This will not lead to anything in him. Anyway, like he's just, all right, sweet chicks, I'm here. What exactly did you want me to do?
Sweet cheeks. Well, could I noticed that you lit your cigarette earlier? Could you maybe and like she holds up her fish as she's like setting Nora down on the ground.
He pokes the fish with like one foot and it's like, all right, I see what's going on here. Okay, and he's going to cast Create Bonfire on the ground.
Very good.
Oh, that's a straight up okay.
Yeah, that's a cantrip. You can just do it. You cast it, and little bits of the foliage tear away, and the base of a bonfire is created. And then with a flash, a spark comes from your eyes, and a bonfire is made. It's big. It's comfortable. It's roaring. The only thing you don't have is a way to roast the fucking fish.
Yeah,
I mean, all you need is really a stick.
Yeah, you gotta find a stick, my dude. Speaking of
the stick, that was a fishing line.
All right, so yeah, you use the fishing pole that was also the thing that you were carrying all your possessions on, and then you give it over to Petra, who has the fish. And as you're working out the logistics of how to make fish cooked, you hear sort of like a tingly kind of bell sound.
Mm-hmm.
And Star, you have you've been making your way through these woods and stuff, and you smelled and saw smoke.
Yeah.
So yeah, Star's just gonna wave and smile and point at the fish.
March is great.
Well, I guess we're having a potluck. It's just like looking at this now much larger group.
Norris just
Oh no,
looking
don't
at
worry,
this.
I'm not eating anything.
Nora's just looking at this fish like, is this fish even big enough for you three?
It's about, like, the fish itself is about as tall as Petra is.
Oh,
God.
that's a
It'll
big
be
fish.
fine. It
I've
should
been
be
imagining
fine.
something smaller this whole time, but oh goodness
No,
gracious.
it's like, you know how, does anyone in here besides me own an IKEA shark?
What now?
God.
Oh my gosh.
Also,
I think I know what you're talking about, but oh my god.
also, I'm going to casually post a drawing that Obi did in the. Oh
my gosh.
No, you know how like actual tuna fish are just really freaking huge. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the size of the fish.
Just do that right now.
I told you it was a big fish and that Petra initially had it in her hands and she had her teeth sunk into it.
Vamp went into Photoshop and slapped a fish onto my drawing.
Okay, listen. Fun fact was, I was actually like having the fish be the size of like North's forearm, and then I was like, oh, it's Petra's size, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I just like enlarged it.
It doesn't help.
Spell
That,
enlarge fish.
it doesn't help that the fish that's been photoshopped in is just like a real fish. So
It kills me because it looks vaguely like some type of carp, which are usually only 6 to 7 inches when you get them at that age. But like this one is very clearly 3 to 4 feet in length.
big fish.
Man.
That's it. That's how the game ends. That's it. Goodbye, everyone. We can't.
Crew's getting good eating tonight.
Yep.
We have
Yep.
won the game.
So, I'm gonna say that, you guys, you have the stick, you have the fish, you have the fireman, and, you have a big, like, you have a bonfire. So, what you need to do is you need to get this stick through the fish, and that's gonna be a strength check of 15, because this is a big
Oh
fish.
god.
Who's doing it? Me or-
Wonderful. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, you guys can
I'm
all
not-
try if you would like to. It's just we're gonna like I'm gonna say if like first Petra tries to shove the stick in there.
I am not even going to make
Only one.
Graham
Yeah,
try.
Petra, you shove the stick in there and it just goes all the way through Kushunk.
I don't think anyone else needs to try.
Yeah, and then
Or this is how you flirt with people.
yeah, and then Star and Grem, you guys realize you don't have any things to like prop the stick up with. Like, Star, you hold on to one end of the stick. Grem, you hang on to the other one, and you slowly rotate the fish.
You
Listen,
chose
that's
the
the
two.
least I can do.
You chose the two, like the shortest and the tallest member of the party to do this.
I know! That's what makes it funny!
Don't worry about it.
Nora is just like lying down on the ground, like some ways off, and like playing his lyre and like singing.
Child is just like stayed inside the bush and is like trying to keep a wary eye on everything, but also now they're full of ham and sleepy.
Oh.
March has remained by the bush and has just been watching everyone, while occasionally checking back at said bush.
I'm gonna ask, does anyone have any salt or anything?
Yes,
probably an
actually,
idea.
Nora does have a mess kit. A mess kit in his like equipment and
Nice.
then
Because, like, roasting fish smells amazing, but you know what's even better on roasting fish?
Salted.
salt.
Yeah, salt, seasonings, anything that makes it taste like, you know, food.
And
Yeah.
I think Nora just tosses them some like his mess kit, going, I think this little venture needs more spice, and he just winks.
Oh my fucking god.
Alright.
Is something in your eye? You've been doing that a lot.
I like
snorts.
You guys season this fish, and it smells even better when you add various seasonings. And you've also got you've got some wooden flatware, Like, because, like, Grim's a merchant, and you can wash the wooden flatware afterwards. So, like, you've got, like, plates and shit. And you basically, you carve up this fish, you take out the guts, you take out the spine and, like, most of the bones, and then you cut it into chunks. And some of the chunks, are, like, you keep them on the stick so that they can smoke. And then, the rest of it is just gonna eat it.
I would like to roll a sleight of hand.
Go ahead.
I like to roll a sleight of hand.
22. March is gonna take the spine of the fish and some of the guts and just slap it into his arm. And it's just gonna slurp into the inky blackness that is his body.
Alright, I'm gonna say that nobody notices.
Turning.
No, Graham is generally going to ignore that to the best of their ability.
Yeah.
We don't have time to look back all that.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna roll sleight of hand too, because Petra would do this. Like as soon as there's food ready, Petra is just immediately like trying to sneakily grab some and snack on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're trying to grab bits, but everyone can see you doing it.
Yeah.
Fine, she
Oh,
caught
but
the
she
fish.
has disadvantage on stealth. It could be funnier.
Yeah, like, you're trying to be sneaky about it, so, like, you look around and you do that thing where you're, like, double-checking and you're very suspicious about it, and then you reach out and you have a good opportunity, but you let it go by because you think someone's looking, and then you reach out your hand again just as everyone turns their head and sees you grabbing the fish with your big hands.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, she grabs it, but it's still hot.
No, that's also good. She grabs it with her big hands, not thinking about the fact that this fish has been over a fire. Yeah. So you just see little tears in the corners of her eyes because, ow, that hurts.
Yeah, and you gotta remember this fire is like a magical fire, so if she just stuck her hand in, she would take damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say take 1d6 fire damage.
I thought there were like some bits that were getting taken off the fire. Hold on.
I'm gonna say that because you rolled so bad on sleight of hand, you reached in for the whole fish. All the stuff that was still smoking.
You know what? Fair. So D6
No,
is fire
no.
damage, right?
I would say make a dex save, because that's how Create Bonfire works.
Oh, it
make a
is,
dex
yeah.
save.
Make a dex save, and if you save, that means that you dodged the ow. If you don't, that means that you ow the ow.
You dodged
got-
the owl.
17, so I dodged the owl.
Yeah, it's still hot, so you have to do that thing where, like, you toss the piece of food between your two hands, and it's even more apparent that you have just taken extra.
Exactly.
But, like, you guys eventually all, you get all the fish cooked, and, March, you use your little, like, your little cloth thing, and you put the smoked fish that you, like, make, because it takes a couple of hours for everything to happen, and you're all just kind of chilling, as the sun is directly overhead, because it's not near nighttime or anything. You guys all got there in the morning. And you guys just sort of have a good time and get some rest. You hear snoring coming from the bush behind March.
Well,
Can
at
March
least they
can March
get to know each other.
can March make he'd like to rip his cloth in half and make two little separate bags of food.
I
for
would
him- one for-
I would say yes. Go ahead.
You want me to roll for it or
No,
or
no. I'd say go ahead. You rip it down the middle, and then well, actually, I'm gonna say you rip it so that you have the larger one, and then there's a smaller one so that the child can carry it easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally gonna put his back in his pocket and then just kind of casually nudge his behind him towards the bush.
Yeah, so basically what you've done is you've left a little a bundle of what's probably about 1 day's rations next to the sleeping child.
Yeah.
And everyone else, you have eaten your fill of this fish. It is nothing but bits and whatever you're storing as rations for the future. And you guys have all been sitting here for a while and just shooting the shit. So you realize, hey, we've all, like, most of us have this flyer. And also, we're all headed to the same place, mostly. So, like, you're
Grandma's
just...
already been to the place, technically.
Yeah, so they're all just, like, well, we have to go to this place, so, you put out the bonfire, only you can prevent forest fires. And you clean up, you make sure that you make sure that you toss all the fish bits that you did not eat into the water to feed the fish in the lake and not attract any wild animals. And, just sort of like that. And then, I guess you guys, this would be a thing where I'd say you should probably make your way to town, but, like, I want to know what you guys want to do.
I'm gonna check something real quick just to see.
Graham is
Oh,
also
boy.
definitely going to tell them that there's literally no one in town.
I think in response to that, Star's gonna pull out the flyer and point at the help at the very top of the thing and being like, yeah, no, this is why I'm going.
Oh. Graham just nods sagely.
Nor is like the thing where he's like looking at how concerned Star is at like people needing help and like it's just like, oh yeah, like yeah, you're supposed to care about other people.
Oh my gosh.
I love our token evil teammate.
Don't worry about it.
So, we are all heading to the same place, correct? And like, Petra's just like looking around at everyone for just confirmation.
Yeah, some guy gave a flyer to me and called me a bard. Said I was sexy though. I appreciated that.
I got a hug with my fire.
Petra just gives Nora a deadpan stare.
I have to ask, do the party think Nora's a bard? He plays the lyre. He flirts. He has bard energy to the max.
That's why I'm imagining Petra was like giving him a look like, are you not a bard?
I'm imagining everyone looking at him like that.
Actually, I don't know if this will help or not, but Star's gonna make an image of a wizard's hat in their hands. So, yeah, like.
No, I'm not a wizard either.
I think March is gonna stand up for where he was sitting, but he's gonna stomp his foot as he gets up. I want to say anyone watching, it's because he's a big guy, so he probably that just happens. But really, he's doing it so it wakes up the child. And he just says, "I'm going to town now," and he's gonna start walking.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, I was gonna ask for names.
I can still give you my name.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm asking.
Are you gonna introduce yourselves, or do I have to facilitate this?
Nora just winks and is like, name's Nora, and what about you?
Petra.
Fucking crying.
She's gonna like turn and look at the others and not give Nora another minute.
March is still walking, but he is gonna look over his shoulder and say, "I'm March," and then keep walking.
I'm thinking Graham is like
Petra calling out,
there.
"Nice to meet you."
All you guys notice is that the tail poking out from the bush is no longer there.
Aww.
Aw.
Did he get his little bag of fish?
Yes, the bag of fish is missing as well.
Good.
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 Very good. So you guys, you wander over to the town, and it's just as dead when you get there, except for, you see that there is, now there's a light on.
I
It's
think as they're walking, Petra's getting everyone else's names as well.
Yeah. Doing
Just like heading over to Graham and being like, "Hey, what's your name?" And
They're doing
then
this.
eventually getting to Star.
Yeah, Star creates a shooting star within their hands.
Aww.
Oh.
Child actually finally rolled a good stealth roll, so. Are they?
Yay!
Where is the
Who knows? Where's the child?
Probably
Actually,
still
where is
follow-
this child?
Probably still
Petra-
following
Petra
March.
just-
Oh yes,
yeah, Petra
absolutely.
just has the realization of, wait, where'd that kid go?
Question: does Star even know there is a child with the party?
I don't think so.
You'd have to roll perception.
Give us
I
a
mean, their passive
perception
is
roll.
12, but I can give a perception roll, yeah.
Yeah, it's a perception roll, and I'm gonna say that with the, like, initially the thing was, like, it was a 9 when it fell out of the tree, but then he hit again. So I'm gonna just say that, this is the 20 is the stealth check you have to beat to realize that there is a child there.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't know there's
no
a kid.
child.
And it makes sense. The child, you know, they're very darkly colored, so as it's getting later, it makes sense that they'd be harder to notice.
Yep. You guys end up at this very sort of cozy looking town. It's got like 3 buildings. Everything else has been like decaying, and it like these are the only ones, and the town square. This is the only place that looks like it's been upkept. And on the left side of the square, there's an inn that's been kept fairly like well. It's dusty. It's got some weather damage, but it's called the Sleep Inn, and the doors are the classic sort of Western double doors that kind of like flop open when you go through them.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the far end of the town, there's the town hall where there's a large bell with a large clock. You can see that the town itself, the time is about 3 p.m. now, if you know how to read face clocks. And in the middle of the square, there's a big fountain, so if anybody's thirsty, you can just stick your head in there.
Take a little sip.
And there's also a small general store, but this one is one of the only buildings in town that doesn't look dusty. It looks like it's been well kept. It's been painted recently. It's nice. There's fresh produce out front, and it just says the O'Near General Store, O'Near General.
Mm-hmm.
Eat.
So you guys walk in. It's very quiet. There's one light on, and you can see it's coming from the what you assume is the town hall, given that it's the biggest building and has a clock on it.
You weren't
It's
kidding
like
when
a-
you said it was empty.
Ghost town.
Yeah, exactly. Literally nobody.
I'm just imagining like this town also has like, you know, in those like Western cartoons when you're shown like a desolate ghost town or desert aside from Tumbleweed, there's always that one like animal skull that shouldn't belong there. And like I'm just imagining there's a tune with an animal skull for a head, just like brushing past them and leaving the town.
No, it's actually, you see something that looks like an animal skull, just like hanging out on the ground, but it's a beetle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it skitters away like,
Our fucking beetle.
yeah, it's a huge beetle. It's the size of a dinner plate. It just skitters away.
God.
Oh, that's
That's
not terrifying. at
Concerning.
all.
Hey,
Alright.
Does the
beetles
town
are
have
cool.
the sign- Does the town have the sign with the like population number and it's just got like 2?
No, that sign broke.
Oh.
So, question: are they still in like the courtyard area, or are they inside?
You're in the plaza, like, you see the picture I just posted?
Yeah.
You're right behind the fountain.
Cool. You mentioned a building that did not have as much dust on it as the others.
Yeah, the general store.
March is gonna go over to that one.
You go up to that one and you try the door, but it's locked.
There-
There are no
is there a
lights
sign?
on the inside. It is dark.
Is there a sign?
Yes, it says closed, we'll be back later. But, the date on there says, like, something from, like, a week ago.
March tilts his bit.
Should we go to the town hall?
It
Is
is
the
the only
town
building
open?
with a light on.
I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't tried earlier.
I think Petra, like, as everyone else has looked slightly around, Petra has been filling her canteen at the fountain.
Petra, I'm gonna say, can you roll what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is, let me check real quick. It's a 13.
Alright, so you're filling it at the fountain, and you look down and you see there's just one or two little coins at the base of the fountain. They don't look like gold, copper, or silver.
I think Petra, more curious than anything, just kind of like looks around before just curiously reaching down and picking up the little coin.
Alright, you fish in and you pick it up and you look at it, and it's got like a weird sort of creature stamped on one side, and then the other side has an image of the town hall.
They have their own currency, it looks like.
So you can either choose to put it back in the fountain, or you can keep it. It doesn't matter.
She's gonna put it back.
I don't want to steal anybody's wishes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's the wishes?
You put it back, and I'm gonna say that, literally the next thing that happens is that a small old woman comes out, like, taking tiny steps out of the light goes off at the town hall, and a little woman comes walking out, and she's carrying in her arms a little man who has a walker who is sleeping.
Aww. Oh, I love them. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, no.
We all hold them so fucking soft.
Me too.
Oh.
And she is currently she's got like she sets the little old man down so that he's resting on the steps, and then wanders back into the town hall, and then comes back out with some suitcases.
Oh, excuse me? And Petra's kind of perking up from the fountain and giving the two of them a wave.
The little old woman responds. The little old man does not, and he looks completely catatonic.
Mm-hmm. I think Petra's gonna head over.
Yeah, the little old woman looks up and says, "Oh, hello, I'm sorry, this is a terrible time. You see, our town is about to close. For good. You see, my husband is very sick, and the last other member of our town has gone missing, and it's been a week, and if I don't get some sort of food into my husband, he will starve, so I need to go to another town where they have better medical care."
Marsh at this point has walked over.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna...
Immediately I start crying.
I'm just
Not
sitting here
drag
like
me.
my heart is breaking, but Nora's just like watching this like, why did they, like inwardly, like why did they wait so long?
Oof.
I sent out as many flyers as I could produce, because, well...
Oh, you mean, and like Petra's starting to reach into her hammer space. That's a success. She pulls out like the little flyer that she got,
and she says, yes, I made hundreds of these, but, it's been a week and nothing's happened, and I would stay longer, but he's not in good shape.
A bit of fish ration just like hits against the lady's head, and if she looks over, there will be a little dark figure darting back into the shadows.
She gets a little fucking black. What? Excuse me?
This is when March steps in. This is when March steps into view, and he is now holding not the flyer. He's holding the piece of paper he's had with him, that has been ripped out from a book, and he just says, "Is this the right place?"
And she says, "Oh, I was still in the middle of explaining. I'm so sorry. I was the mayor. I would still be the mayor, but the love of my life is more important to me than the work of my life."
Then, before you go, where is this? And he's gonna point to a certain section on the paper.
And she looks at it, and you're pointing at the name specifically at the bottom that says Dreamer's Crest, and she says, "Why, that's the name of the town. I don't... Oh, you have one of... Oh, this is... Oh, my mother used to sing this to me when I was a little girl. Oh, how sweet. Why did you come looking for a fairy tale?"
The person it's about, where are they?
Well, it's a fairy tale. It's not really about anyone.
Wait, hold on a second here. You mentioned someone going missing?
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I get distracted when there's multiple inquiries at once. But yes, our shopkeeper, Noctis, he went missing because my husband recently got worse with his illness 2 weeks ago, and we were all going to move out. I was going to take Noctis with us, but he insisted that he had to at least try to find something to help him. And the only cure-all that we know of in these parts is found at the center of the mountain, or at least in the mountain. And he went looking. He hasn't come back. I'm not physically fit enough to go all the way through the dungeon, and if I disappear, my husband will die. So there's just so many different things.
I mean, we're
Ma'am,
here
if
now.
you would allow me 2 moments. I am a healer, and Petra is gonna look down at this other very little old man who's very cute. Oh no. I could try something, perhaps.
He's not particularly ill. This isn't causing his body any harm, aside from the fact that he cannot eat and he barely can drink. Specifically, this is... he won't wake up.
Can I still try?
You may try, but I don't think it'll do anything, my dear.
Well, attempting to try is better than not at all. And Petra's going to attempt to cast Lesser Restoration. I don't know if it'll work. But Lesser Restoration says that you touch a creature and can then end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be, it says either one disease or one condition. She's going off the assumption that this is some kind of disease.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that you reach out your hand, you plant it on this old man, and you focus, and a lovely glow spreads from your palms and sinks into this old man, and he stops snoring.
Killed him.
He's still asleep, and you can see him breathing. You've just cured the fact that he has, that he snores. You've cured his pre-existing condition that he snores.
Have you cured his sleep apnea?
You cured his sleep apnea. He remains asleep and will not wake.
I think Petra looks a little alarmed for a second before she realizes, oh wait, I did just kill this little old man.
Yeah, because the snoring stops and everyone sweats.
Petra has to put a hand to her chest for a second, which makes a clunking sound because she is wearing full plate armor.
Nora's just standing in the background watching this before kind of looking at the mirror and going, well, I mean, if you need someone to go looking for this Noctis, and he kind of gestures at the fucking rest of the crew.
You hear some splashing and look over, and now the child is playing in the fountain.
Star does a double take.
There's a tie now.
Alright, so, you guys, basically you've tried this, you're okay, he's alive, but, we've fucked up, and we do need to, find this person, and, the old lady says, my name is, Teodosi. My name is actually, Tia, that's my first name. But people call me Tia because I'm kind of like everyone's auntie, or I was when we still had people living in the town. So feel free to call me whatever you like. Just later today at 8 p.m., I have a train, like a shuttle, a carriage coming into town. This carriage only comes once a month, and I'm going to be using it to take my husband to get better medical care. However, if you could find Noctis, I would be extremely grateful, and I will still give you the reward on the flyers. I just don't know how much it'll be worth.
Well, a reward's a reward.
There's a distinct expression change on Petra's face of, there was a reward?
Because she only read like 3 words!
Yeah! Regardless, I think she's just kind of getting a more determined look as she's like looking up towards, well, where did you say this Noctis went?
He went into the mountain dungeon. He was looking specifically for the cure-all mushroom.
Okay.
Out of character, would this cure-all mushroom happen to be that one mushroom from Mario?
No. It's just it's a pretty mushroom that looks like it's made of glass.
Okay, good. I was like, is that the fucking Mario mushroom?
No, it's clear. It looks like it's made of glass, and when light shines through it, it sends like diamond-like refractions of color everywhere.
That's
Okay,
cool.
that's way better. I
Yeah,
approve.
a sort like it's a dream. Like whenever you see it, it gives you this dream-like feeling.
It tracks.
Yeah, specifically the flavor text behind this mushroom is that, and Tia describes this to you. It's said to be a cure-all because it can fulfill one of your life's dreams. And most people use that for like medical shit. Cause you have to eat
She
it.
says it like that.
No, I'm describing this to you. She says it in a nice way. It's like most people use it for medicinal reasons, given that it can cure cancers, it can cure like diseases that are like EDS, things that are just like, you know, like you're born with it and you can't really get rid of it, and it causes you a lot of continuous like pain or annoyance. I've forgotten what you call it.
No.
Chronic illness?
Yes, it can cure,
Yeah.
like, it can cure or at least lessen chronic illnesses to such a degree that, you can do the things that you enjoy after they've gotten bad. And this is for all my friends who are like, my hands hurt all the time, I have really bad arthritis, I used to be able to do this thing I love, but I can't anymore. I'm just like, this thing will let you do the thing you love. It won't necessarily get rid of everything, because, like, that's not how this works. It just lets you live your dream. Without pain.
You
Yeah.
said until 8, right?
8 p.m., yes, and you look at the clock and it's 3:30.
Petra like looks up at the clock and she doesn't want to say anything, but she looks at everyone else like,
I have a quick question.
she can't tell the time.
Is the clock
Just a big
Is
group
the
of
clock
illiterate
actually-
people.
is the clock actually working?
Yes, I can. If I was going to leave, I was not going to leave this town in worse shape than I found it. The clock is wound properly.
March is
By the way,
realizing
I was
that Petra's
asking that.
looking.
I was
He's
asking
gotta hold
that
up
out of
picture.
character.
Sorry, I thought you were asking it in character, but yeah, the clock is working properly.
Okay.
Stop! Doesn't speak.
Yeah.
It's fine. He made Anyways,
Oh,
I'm
the
French.
clock-
Goodbye.
He made the clock in his
You know
hand
what
and
I
actually
mean.
had it like spinning.
Yeah, he had the clock in his
Doesn't
hand
work.
and he showed the numbers, like the little arms spinning, and she was like, "Yes, it works."
Yeah.
March is gonna hold up 3 fingers for Petra.
Petra gives the thumbs up like, thank you.
For a second, I was just like, I thought you were gonna say she very slowly counts the fingers.
No, she's at least a little good with numbers. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so if you
Time, but
if-
but I well, I know I can do it.
If you do some mental math, you know that you now have 4 hours and 30 minutes to 5 hours to rescue this Noctis and perhaps find this mushroom.
March puts his
Guess it's
paper
time
back
to
in his
go into-
pocket.
I guess it's time to go into a fucking mountain.
Does Graham say that?
Yes. You know what? Yes. Graham says that.
God, Graham says that, and Nora's just like, yeah, into the mountain, into the caves.
Mountains are nice. You can build a lot of buildings on a mountain.
You can. Petra just kind of perks up at that.
Yeah, I guess if they're starting walking, March is gonna more follow than lead on this venture.
Well, Mrs. Tia, I don't know if I speak for everyone here, but I speak for myself in that I will do my best in order to try and bring Noctis back, along with the mushroom that will help your husband.
Thank you
It's
so much.
horrible.
And you can see she's starting to cry.
Oh.
Oh no.
She takes one of your big dwarf hands in her tiny little like halfling human hands, and she holds it very tightly, and she says, "Thank you so much. I've been doing this on my own for so long."
Can Star give her a pocket handkerchief?
Yes, she will take it and then do the tune thing, which is she will blow her nose comically loud. Then she'll fold it into quarters and gently hand it back.
No, Star's gonna you keep it sort of like hand motion.
She just tucks it into her pocket then. She's just like, I'll wash it and send it with like a bird or something. I don't know. I'm just, thank you. And she says, hold on a second, you're going to need this. And she rushes back into the town hall. One of the lights goes on. You hear clunk, 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 dig, 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 dig. And she comes back out. She's holding a very large book that says Dreamer's Crest, a recordium or a composium or... God, there's a long word that, like, ends in eum.
It's such a long word. It's such a long word.
An emporium and
No.
an compendium. Thank you, Avi. It says a compendium of Dreamer's Crest.
Please tell me she gives it to Petra.
She does. She hands her the book and she says, like, there should be a map to the mountain in here, and also it's got some it's got articles on plants and animals in the area, and basically this is just, it should help keep you alive, and well, I can't really use it if you fail anyhow, so like, here you go.
Oh, thank you. And like Petra's like sweating as she looks down at this book.
Do you want me to hold on to that?
I mean, I could hold it, but never mind. It's not important. And she's like looking back at the mountain. Okay.
So
All right.
are we
And she
going?
like looks around at everyone else. Who else is coming along?
Star
Child is
immediately
like-
raises their hand.
Grim does the
Good.
same.
Child has just been sort of like sitting at the edge of the fountain and is just kind of watching everyone.
Aww. We love Child. I will die for him.
That is a child.
March slowly raises a hand.
Yeah.
Looks. Graham looks at Nor.
I feel like everyone just slowly turns their eyes to Noor, who I feel is still looking in a mirror.
No, he's not looking in a mirror. He's like kind of looking at the mountain, and he's just like, yeah, I'm coming with. Yeah, sure, into the caves.
And then like Petra's like looks like she's about to turn and go, and then she like looks directly at the child.
Child just sort of blinks back at her.
The child has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Child has been listening, but Child also is processing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so most of you decide, alright, let's get our shit together and get into this mountain.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, so I'm gonna say that, Petra, you probably hand the book off to who looks the most literate to you.
Honestly, because Grem offered to hold it, she's handing it to Grem.
Okay, so I think, yeah, Graham is just going to hold on to it literally for now.
Yeah, so Graham, you've got the compendium of Dreamer's Crest. You've opened it to the page that has the map of the town. If you look in maps, you'll see that
That little map.
Yep. You see a little map, and you realize that the entrance to the cave is actually a little bit past a small lake and pond combo that you can see to the side. Basically, you have to climb up through the hills and then go along the edge of this lake, and then you go into the mountain. And I'm gonna say that you do that because we've got like 9 minutes left, and I want to make sure that everybody goes to bed on time. But so you guys do that. You trek along. Uni, does the child follow?
Child does decide to sort of. They are not doing as much hiding, but they are still like not like alongside the group.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So you finally make it to the entrance, and the entrance of this cavern is, it's huge. It's got a carved sort of doorway made out of stone. There's moss growing all over it. There are like leaves and ivy hanging down. The pond next to the entrance is it's kind of magical and a little bit swampy looking. There are cattails and frogs, and the path is well worn, but also it looks like it's been fairly, like, people walk only on the path. And you guys all go through, you come up to the door, and you look inside, and you hear the echo of the wind as it rushes through this enormous gate.
Mm-hmm.
It almost sounds like breathing.
Fun.
Don't like that. But you know, Petra wouldn't be deterred, so I'm gonna roll hammer space again.
Uh-oh. Yeah?
Yeah. Petra, at the face of this mountain, is now pulling out her warhammer from her hammer space.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you pull out your warhammer, and you're just about ready to go inside, and you just basically you head. I need everybody to make an investigation check if they would like to.
Alright, sure.
I was
Let's try
about
it.
to ask. I was about to ask because March wants to get some kind of sense of the place before he goes in. Investigation. Where's investigation? There it is. Oh no, it's not a plus. It's intelligence. Oh no. Right, that's a 2.
Oh no.
17.
Oh, Grem.
That's a 13.
Okay, I'm gonna see. March, you look around, but you don't really see anything, like, other than the big door, and you hear the wind, and you're just kind of like, you're a little bit, like, not shocked, but like you're kind of on edge because specifically this could lead to some answers about something you've been wondering for a very long time. So you're not really paying attention to looking at the ground, and everybody else kind of does a sweep of the area, and Child, Avi, Petra, sorry, Star, and Nor, you all look down and around, and you notice the frogs, you notice everything, you notice the well-kept pathway, and the fact that there are like torches studded along. You get the idea that if you lit them, it would lead you through the night back to the town. But you could also see a pair of sort of old but muddy footprints that are about the size of a young man's.
Well, he definitely went through here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say that, Grem,
Yep.
you find a cool rock.
Cool rock.
Yeah, you find
Nice.
both the footprints and a cool rock.
Nice.
Damn, I guess I'm taking this cool rock with me, huh?
Yep. The cool rock is actually a geode.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, that's
Nice.
even cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
You just
very cool.
casually plop it into their bag.
Yeah, that was like just like a bonus thing that I did for like I'm just like if you get a really good check on this thing that doesn't make a lot of like difference, I'm gonna give you a cool rock. Like Grem finds
Thank you.
himself a cool rock.
Thank you. I am glad I got a cool rock.
Cool
You could
rock.
almost say that this. You could almost say that this rocks.
Shut up. It's too late for this.
This is too real.
Boo.
No.
Anyway, you guys are all ready to head into the mountain, and you take a step forward, and you start descending. And
Oh, Petra's not going slow. She's shouting, I'm going in deep end!
all right, so
Wait,
you
is that
hear
a
"I'm
good
going in
idea?"
deep" as she shrieks this, running deep into the place. You you dash completely across the first level of this dungeon and head straight down to level 2, while everyone else is still like wandering down the steps into level 1.
Yeah, Noor has dark vision, and he's looking at her, and he's just like, well, she's gone.
Damn, I can't believe she's gonna die.
So, you guys are ready to go into the mountain. And that's where we're going to leave it today. If you're Petra, you already went into the mountain.
God. We start the next game with Al going, hey Petra, make a dex save or something.
No, it's not. It's just one of those things where I'm like, there's benefits and there's negative aspects to fucking Leroy Jenkinsing into something.
The party has already been separated.
Yeah, she just ran. I'm diving deep.
Diving deep!
Unbelievable. I can't.
Fucking terrible.
So that is the end of today's game. In the next game, we are going to descend into the mountain. Thank you so much for everyone for being patient as we got everyone all situated and putting up with my my Ghibli-esque everybody eats like food around a fire scene.
It was good.
This is
very
the
good.
best way
This
to
was
do
fun
intro
setup.
class.
It's good to know that no one here has brain cells, except for Krem and Noor. And even then, they're just like,
Nor uses his brain cells to flirt.
yeah, basically.
Petra has
I
little
was
of brain
just
cell,
here
but
and
not a
doing
lot.
what they do.
Same
Child
with
is
Mark.
good.
Do it wonderfully.
All right, so
That was very good.
yep. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for listening to people who popped in. And I'm gonna have to edit this episode, which I'm happy about. Yay!
Thank you all for DMing. We love
I'm
you.
sure though, you
Thank you,
can edit in this picture into the recording. Hold on, I need to send it.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
If you want something specifically to go into the recording, can you please put it in like player discussion, which is a locked channel only for players.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me put it in then.
Yeah, just so I can find it all later. Anyway, thank you.
Realistic fish.
Thank you for having a good time. And everybody who needs to sleep, go to bed. Everybody who needs to be awake, be awake.
Slowly looks at the time.
I gotta go now. I love you guys so much. This was fun. Mwah.
Yes. Have a good day. Bye bye.
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 Thank you for listening. Have a good day, and like till next stream.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bye bye.